Rickie, your all-time Liverpool heroes, 10 players. Who have you gone with at number 10?
Number 10, straight in, Big Sammy Hyypiä. Got him for, 2.5 million. Turned out to be one of the best signs we've ever signed. He, from the first game he played to the last game, consistent, Mr. Reliable, and pushed us on in so many games. A rock at the back.
Incredible to think that he went on trial at a few clubs and nobody quite fancied him.
It is, and it's frightening. Like I said, we got him for 2.5 million, and what he's done for the club is phenomenal, especially in the treble season, which definitely sticks out as one of the best seasons ever.
Who's next for you?
Number 9 is John Aldridge. Yeah, no, that's when I started being able to properly get into Liverpool, when him and Rushy was up top. I don't think they played too much together. But I remember that period when it was either Aldridge scoring or it was Rushy, and they were both absolutely on fire. And I think there was a couple of seasons where he was, like I said, he was on fire. I think he scored 25, 30 goals for each season. So yeah, he was a big part of that era when I was growing up, definitely.
28 when he came to Liverpool as well, which came quite late on in his career. And when you signed for Liverpool, people were comparing the two stories. Is that kind of why you lean towards him as well, because your career paths have been fairly similar?
Not really. Like I said, it wasn't until I was a lot older, a few years ago, where I realised he was at the club for so short time. It just shows you what he did do at the club was it stands out even more. And like I said, when I was younger, I used to watch Liverpool, and he stood out as like the goal scorer of Liverpool and scoring for fun.
Okay, who have you gone for at number 8?
Number 8, I'm going to go for Jamie Carragher. Legend, absolute top fella. I haven't met him personally, but the amount of games he's played, like I said, with Sammy, Mr. Reliable, I can remember him coming onto the scene and playing mostly right back, and he's gone on to be one of the best defenders we've ever had. But for me, why he's in the top 10 is just the way he was when we won the European Cup, the build-up, the way he was in every game, and especially the final when he drove us on, and he pulled some blocks and tackles out which I didn't think was possible, especially with the cramp going through his leg. So yeah, no, he's definitely one of my heroes.
The promised land for every football team is to find somebody like Jamie Carragher who goes from the academy right the way through. Do we live in hope that there could be another like him, or do you think we've seen the last of Jamie Carragher type players?
No, there's going to be more. There's definitely going to be more. Like I said, they don't come around too often, but I'm sure there's not one too far away coming up.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Kevin Keegan. This is Kevin I watched mostly on the videos, which was my dad, and this is why I started to love Liverpool. And obviously I was always going to be a Liverpool supporter, but seeing videos of him and Toshak scoring the goals, it was why I want to be a striker really. And I've played in different positions, but that's why my favourite position is always striking, putting the ball in the back of the goal. And Kevin was like one of the best I've ever seen.
Was that one of those strange experiences in your life growing up when you get to meet him as a Southampton ex-player as well? You went on to wear the same shirt as him at Southampton.
Yeah, no, it was like again, I just, when I was younger, I just seen him as a Liverpool player. I didn't really understand how big he was anywhere else, and it wasn't until I went down to the Southampton that how big he was down there. And I don't think he was at Southampton too long either, and he's still regarded very, very highly there. So it just shows you the impact he had at Southampton, let alone Liverpool, which was phenomenal, especially with the partnership he had with Big Toshak.
Some great decisions so far. What about number 6?
Number 6, I'm going to go for Michael Owen. Simple. He's given me and my friends some of the best times of our lives, really. And the FA Cup final will always stick out as one of the best ever. I still don't know how we've won it, and it was simply because of him. He's absolutely lethal finish, one of the best I've ever seen. And we got battered that day, and he's pulled out 2 unbelievable finishes to win it for us.
It's a controversial choice for lots of Liverpool fans, isn't it?
It is, and I obviously he's gone on to play for the club up the road, but I can only go with what I feel, and I'll never take away what he done for the club, and especially winning us that trophy, because he did. He won us that trophy, and he should never be forgotten for that.
Halfway through, who's at number 5?
Number 5 is Robbie Fowler. He was absolutely loved everything about Robbie. He was down to earth lad, proper Liverpool lad, and he was absolutely phenomenal when he came on the scenes. And it was just a matter of like how many he's going to score, and not if he's going to score. He was like a bit like Michael. He was fearless. That he didn't understand who he was coming up against. Didn't really care. He was just gonna bag as many as he could. And I said, like, Michael's one of the best finishers. I'd probably put Robbie above him. So yeah, just everything about him. I loved everything about him, and I've met him since I've come to Liverpool, and he's a top lad, and he's given me a bit of advice which has helped me and trying to settle me down at the club, because he knows what it's about more than anyone else.
That's an interesting one as well. So you've spoken to Robbie about expectation. You're a local lad too. You've got all of these things riding on your shoulders like he did when he was a player.
Yeah. He probably doesn't feel it. He didn't feel it the way I probably have since I've moved here. Like I said, he was absolutely fearless, and he's given me a couple of pointers which I've been grateful for.
Have you seen a true, you say there that you think he's one of the best finishers in the game. All of his connections on his shots were so true, weren't they? The way he used to strike the ball. Yeah, it was so clean, it was so quick, and without the keeper being set or the defenders being set, and he would find that half a yard just to slip it in. He didn't have to whack a ball, he could just place it in the corners, and yeah, it was brilliant to see. It really was. Number 4?
Number 4, this is where I really started to struggle to put people in the places. God, I'm probably... I'm going to go for Ian Rush. He was, like, this was, like, him, John Aldridge, Kevin Keegan. Like, when I started getting in, as a goal scorer, he was my hero. He was we won did Liverpool win the game? Yes. Who scored? Ian Rush. He was so consistent every single season, every single chance he got. He very rarely missed an opportunity, and the partnership he had with Dalglish was brilliant. Just obviously I'm not the type of player Rushy is. He was more on the shoulder, but his work rate, his attitude, everything was spot on. And like I said, when I was younger, my dad loved him, and I just associated with winning with Rush, because he'd mainly win us the game.
We've selected 6 so far. Of any of the players that we talked about, the ones that you used to pretend to be when you were in the playground or out the street?
Rushy, yeah. No, it was like Kenny as well, but because Rushy scored all the goals, I wanted to score all goals. I was Rushy.
Ian Rush. Number 3.
Number 3, John Barnes. He was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. He had everything. Like you see Ronaldo these days, he's got the whole package. He had the whole package for a number of seasons. And the late 80s team was one of probably the best Liverpool have ever had, and he was our best player. He was, like I said, he had pace, power, technique. He could score. He could cross a ball, one of the best crosses I've ever seen. He had everything, and he's, like I said, he adapted his position as the years went on, and he became a central midfielder who could pick a pass. But I always remember him for his late 80s days.
What would you have given to have played with somebody like him, with that supply line as a centre forward?
Yeah, I don't think, like I said, you don't normally get someone who can do so many things like he could. He had the pace, he had the power, he could finish, and like I said, he could get his head up and cross a ball like I've never seen before.
Last two players now. Number two, who have you gone for?
I'm going with Kenny. Yeah, it's just his connection to the club, what he's done for Liverpool, the player he was, the partnership he had with Rush, just everything really. As a player, as a manager, like I said, it was a very hard decision whether he was going to be number one, but I've gone for number two. And yeah, no, it's just everything. But I used to watch the videos of him, watch him putting in the top corners, little turns, the way he uses the defenders to turn them and then look for a pass. He was just, as you could see in his mind, he was quicker than everyone else on the pitch, and his vision was second to none.
Before you tell us who number one is, does this qualify as the number one all-time hero of Rickie Lambert? Yeah, no, without a doubt. And who is it? It's
yeah, no, it's someone who I'm sat next to at the minute in the dressing room, and I did think whether I was going to do a team of ex-players. Well, I didn't think that was right. I would have picked this fella a year ago, so I don't understand why I would not pick him now, just because I'm sat next to him in the dressing room. It's obviously Stevie G. Another lad like Jamie, who's come up from the ranks like I did, but he managed to carry on. He had many chances to leave, didn't leave. He wanted to stay. I read a Liverpool lad, and he's gone on to win us so many trophies. I know he hasn't won the Premier League, but he's won everything else, and he's drove the club on so many times. It's unbelievable. And there was a period of 5 years which he was the best player in the world. Didn't get the recognition he deserved.
Were you coming across him as a very young boy here then at Liverpool? Was he around the place?
Yeah, I can remember being here, and I can remember that saying that's Steve Gerrard there. So we knew he was coming up. We knew he was one of the hopeful best hopes of the group what was there. And I did used to look out for him, very rarely seeing him, but yeah, no, I knew he was about when I was at Liverpool.
What about the admiration you had from him afar from Southampton and before you got the call up for England as well? Has that grown with playing alongside him for club and country?
Yeah, it has. And you can't say that to many people who you look up to like that, but especially with Stevie. Like Robbie, he's down to earth, he's a top lad, and he made me feel very welcome at England first, and I can remember being very nervous around him actually, because obviously I looked up to him so much, but he made me feel down to earth around him, like he was a normal lad. But it was hard to get past what he's done for the club. It did take me a while to get past that and just see him as one of my teammates because what he's done. But like I said, he's top lad, and I've gone on a little bit too much about him actually. I hope he doesn't watch this.
We'll send it to him.
Yeah, but no, like I said, I'm not going to leave him out because I'm sat next to him in the dressing room. He's definitely my number one.
Happy with your choices then?
I am.
You've thought about it long and hard, haven't you?
I have, and like I said, I've had some trouble picking the top 10 first and foremost because a few people have missed out who I wanted to put in, and then in which order as well. So Yeah, no, but that is my 10. I'll be with it.